Who's doing the recap?
Who do you
Jade,
think?
Then
do you have your notes, Jade?
someone hurry up and do the recap.
You haven't done your welcoming bit, so
I am not. I am. You're seeing Vampire. You don't like it? Fuck off. There we go. Done.
actually, that's a lie. We rebranded to Exalted. I'll have
You're
you.
playing Exalted. You're playing Exalted. You don't like it? Double fuck off. There.
I'm a vampire, actually, so, I take offense to that.
Blah blah blah. Viewer discretion is advised. We don't actually believe the things that we say or do. We're not that kind of people.
Nope.
Last time on Exalted, an American Tale. We jumped ahead 5 years in time. We're now in 2024. So, luckily, we haven't had to deal with Brexit. Speaking of Brexit, doesn't matter because England pretty much got ripped into pieces because the Gangrel Antediluvian came out from the earth.
Yep.
Alyssa decided to go nope and left Malachi in the south of America.
Yep. Or became a wandering cowboy.
Became a wandering cowboy. Because this happens to be Gehenna, it's always dark and kindred are just, here, there and everywhere. Cain happens to have set himself up a nice little throne. There's lots of rumours of exaltations. Lots of dragon-blooded exalteds.
Mm-hmm.
And, one of the Antediluvians decided it was a great idea to go and see Daddy, and Daddy went, nah, and ripped them to pieces.
Yep.
Fun times for them. There were two kindred in a logging town, the town where we currently are. One of them happens to be the cutest, most adorable Malkavian twig crafter ever, Joseph, who met up with Malachi. And Malachi can't shake him. So, he's here now. He's part of this family. And then they decide to go off into the mountains to go and see if they can find Alyssa, because that's all Malachi's done for 4 years, is search for his long-lost love. While she's been making herself a nice little home, little wooden cabin, living her best life with her BFF mind buddy, Arlo. Alyssa went out and did some hunting. Happened to come across Malachi and Joseph and then freaked the fuck out and decided to run away. Didn't get very far because Malachi's a solo exalted. He can run real quick because he's got the skill for that. And didn't like it, didn't want to be there. There were some things happen. Eventually they went back to the cabin, had a bit of a chat. Joseph went and decided to get a housewarming present for some reason. When he came back, he ran into someone who we hadn't seen in a long time, which actually turned out to be Caleb, our good old buddy werewolf pal, the best lupine. And then there was more explanations had about some stuff. Caleb and Joseph went off back into the town, leaving Alyssa and Malachi to test out the bed. And that's where we left off.
Perverts.
It was sturdy.
Wood was had.
So, let's just have a moment of cutting back to the logging cabin for now. What has happened, and we are at the stage now of it being some point later in that evening. Whereabouts would you both be?
Well, probably still in bed.
Yep.
I'm going to be completely honest, because at least the bed is warm.
Mm-hmm.
Fair play. Then that is currently where you both are.
Fantastic.
It's a rather cold evening out. You've not seen anything of Joseph or Caleb for some time now. There's a very light snowfall that's drifting around the side of the mountain. Looking out of any of the windows, all you see is just encroaching darkness, trees, and white. It's your room, Alyssa. Feel free to describe it.
I mean, it is a one-room cabin. So what you see is what you get. Bed, table, chair, fire, table with cooking stuff on, little wardrobe, little, like, what do you call it? Partitioning screen? So to
Yes.
speak. And a tiny, tiny, like, little sofa close to the fire. Furs everywhere. So many furs. Try to keep warm. And
Which is
that's
basically
it.
what you're tucked under at the moment, is a party of furs.
It is literally just a pile of furs.
So, the evening is currently yours. It's been a while since we've seen each other.
Yep.
Well, that was interesting. I have no idea what to do now. I am
No,
rather.
you for 4 years and I found you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of glad your Malkavian friend hasn't come back with Caleb anytime soon, because that would be awkward.
Yeah, real awkward.
Kind of hope that they at least made it back to the town. There's not a great deal in the way of predators around here, other than
Well,
me.
yeah, you were the apex, so yeah, still are.
Well, like I say, there is literally only me, and I suppose whoever lives in the town, which I'm guessing is Joseph. Is he?
Yeah.
Is he like the only kindred down there?
No, I think there was another one.
Huh. Can't say I've seen them, or I might have seen them. I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to the people that wander up from the town, so long as they don't come anywhere near my house.
Yeah. Is that what you've been doing all this time?
What, living in my house?
Yeah, just living in your house
Pretty much.
and then not paying attention to anything happening.
Pretty much. I don't get news out here. Nobody brings me the newspaper, if they still make newspapers.
Right.
Don't get any visitors.
Okay, so there's an obsidian throne.
What? What do you mean there's an obsidian throne?
Right, Kane has caused some issues, as you would well expect Kane to do, and has raised an obsidian throne, enshrouded in darkness.
Well, good for him, I guess.
Yeah, but not so good for everyone else.
I mean, do you know where it is?
I think it's in LA.
That's... I was gonna say that's close. It's not, in hindsight, but it is kind of close.
It's within trucking distance, I guess.
Does anyone still drive?
They should do.
I mean, I wouldn't know, again. It's all snow up here, you're not gonna drive anything.
No, I haven't been driving anything.
Yeah.
I've just been walking.
You literally walked across America.
Yeah.
Part of me feels like that's incredibly sweet and at the same time incredibly dumb. Surely there was another way to get across America.
Well, I don't really own anything. I've taken a horse.
You could have taken a horse. I don't know how well a horse would have done in those
This.
circumstances. Yeah.
No. Not very well at all.
Probably not. But somehow you made it here, so well done. Because this is quite far up.
Yep. It really is.
Though it has taken you quite a long time, considering, you know, it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, did you stop in every state on the way here?
No, No, I skipped out Minnesota.
Fair.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd be in Minnesota.
No.
No, I just completely ruled it out in my head. I was like, no, she's not going to be in Minnesota.
Yeah, nobody wants to be in Minnesota.
No.
Meanwhile, in Minnesota, there's a knock at the door. Not in Minnesota, right here.
Somewhere across the country. Well, I'm going to assume that that's either your Malkavian friend or Caleb. So
I'd hope so.
I'm just gonna and I'm rummaging for my clothes, which are strewn across the floor, whilst holding like a fur against me, like just don't want to be naked.
I'm just putting a fur over myself.
I mean, that's great. You clearly don't care. I do.
There's another knock at the door as you're dressing.
Oh my God, this person is impatient. I'm coming. Jesus.
Well,
Don't. No. Bad.
The knock is now coming quicker and a lot more frantic.
I'm coming. I'm gonna now open the door.
On the other side of the door, you can see Joseph stood with his entire front covered in red blood.
What? Kai?
Hello. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry. I don't know where I am, and I'm so sorry. I don't know how I got it. I'm not interrupting anything. I'm so sorry. I just don't know where I am, and you're the only house I could find.
But... Kai! Your Malkavian friend is covered in blood and doesn't know where he is, even though he's been here before, and I am not equipped to deal with this.
no.
Um.
Let me just. I put my jeans back on
I'm sorry.
while holding a bear rug up.
What's a Malkavian? Who's this gentleman you're speaking of? I'm sorry.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Kai.
Oh, hi. Can I please come in? I don't know where I am, and there was a noise, and there's blood, and I just please. I'm just a little bit confused and lost.
I know you.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, I don't know who you are. Sorry. I'm very
You're
lost.
Joseph.
No. My master's not here. My name's Mary.
What?
What?
My name's Mary. Joseph is my master. I've not seen him. Do you know where he is?
I... What is happening?
No. That's you.
Yes, I'm Mary.
No.
Yes.
Oh, right, Malkavians.
I'm gonna grab the little cat figurine that Joseph made me, and I'm just gonna hold it up in front of me and Joseph. You literally made me this and gave it to me hours ago.
I'm very sorry. I really don't know who you are. Please, I'm really cold. Can I please come in? I just want to get out of the cold for a minute.
Well, okay. First of all, where's all this blood come from?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just
Where's Caleb?
who's Caleb?
Really tall, rather shaggy,
Ginger.
smells of dog.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of smells, there is a large amount of smoke that you can smell.
I am going to quickly stand behind my partition, change, and by change I mean drop my clothes and change.
Into what form?
I need my quickest and most stealthiest form, so let's go with a lion, I guess. Or is my wolf quicker? I don't think it makes any difference.
Okay. You come out from behind the partition as a lion. Would Mary please react appropriately?
I can't do it, but there's a high-pitched scream, and she starts backing away outside.
I'm taking no notice. I am belting past Joseph and Mary.
Athletics and dexterity check, because Mary's in the door.
Athletics and dexterity. Bear with me. Athletics. 3, 5. Wait, no. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. God, I can't count. What's wrong with me? I just did it again. I looked at my stats and then went, what am I rolling? Right, hang on. First lot and
3 successes.
second lot. Nyum.
1 success. So you manage to bolt around Mary / Joseph, leaping clean over them and out into the snow. You've started to see that it's picking up now relatively heavily. The white coming down, just covering most of the passageway that Joseph's just come up. You smell smoke.
Yep, I'm running towards that smell.
All right. You start off into the night. What's Malachi and Mary doing?
What was that? What just happened?
That's Alyssa. And look,
Can I
there's a lot of stuff, and it needs to be explained.
Can I please stay with you?
You can stay in the cabin, yes.
I don't want to be on my own.
But I don't want.
I'll just follow you.
I guess.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Right. I'm gonna. Yeah, leave the cabin. Go after Alyssa. With
Okay.
Mary / Joseph in tow.
You come tearing out after Alyssa. What's your dexterity?
My dexterity 4,
Athletics?
athletics 3.
Same as mine.
Okay. And what's Joseph / Mary's?
Which bit?
Dexterity and athletics.
Dexterity is 2, athletics is 0.
Outstanding. Malachi, you get to the edge of the trees and realize that Joseph is physically incapable of keeping up with you.
Also, she's sneaking a bit because she's trying to make herself really small and not a target.
You could just hear in the background from the girls, just, oh.
I have an audience.
Yeah.
What are you doing about it, Malachi?
I'm going to slow down and wait for Mary.
I assume by this, Alyssa does not slow down in the slightest.
No, I'm gone.
Excellent. What are you currently thinking right now, Alyssa?
Mostly just, please be okay, Caleb. Please be okay, Caleb. Please be okay, Caleb.
Would you roll me a dexterity and athletics check minus 2 dice?
No. No! I don't want to!
1?
Bollocks. What was that? That was 4 minus 2, so I'm just literally rolling another 1. 2.
You take 7 subdual damage and go into unconsciousness.
What the fuck?
Oh, wow.
What?
You have no idea what hit you.
What?
Something did. You felt this sudden sharp pain in your back, and then you passed out.
No, thank you.
So, Malachi and Joseph,
Yeah.
Yes.
you're following after, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm curious at what your tracking level's like, Malachi.
Tracking.
I mean, he tracked Alyssa for 4 years, so,
Yeah, but
probably
it
not
took him
great.
4 years.
Yeah, exactly. Probably not that great. It took him 4 years.
So I would say you are looking for. You have no awareness. That's a thing. Roll me a wits check.
Just wits, yeah?
Yep.
Could I do a wits and awareness just to start pointing people in the right direction?
You can.
Oof.
That's 4 successes. That's
Nothing for Malachi.
completely 0 to the point of it being a crit fail for Malachi.
Yeah.
So, Joseph, Mary, you start pointing off in a direction, but Malachi is somewhat blinded by the need to find somebody, and thus starts walking in completely the wrong direction.
Excuse me, I'm really. I don't mean to. I think you're going the wrong way. I'm sorry, but it's this way. You can see the tracks in the snow.
You can see the tracks over there.
Yes, can you see them? You can see the twigs, the grass, the shrubbery's all been disturbed.
A good portion of it does look like it has now been covered, but it is a relatively easy path for Mary to see. You can't see anything, Malachi.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, I live around here for all my life. I know how to survive out here.
Okay.
If you want, I can show you the way, maybe.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Follow me.
This is odd. Follow you.
After what must be another few minutes worth, considering the speed Alyssa moved at, you eventually do find Alyssa mostly covered in snow, completely nude, no longer a lion, with a massive needle sticking out of her back that looks like it was fired from a gun.
So she's gonna freeze to death. We need to close.
Oh dear. Look, go up to her and look, see where the needle's lodged.
Roughly about the spinal column. Doesn't look particularly deep, but it does look like it at one point did have something in it, kind of like a tranquilizer dart that you use on wild animals.
Yep. That's what I would immediately imagine that is. I don't know whether it's a good idea to remove it.
I know a little medicine if you want me to remove it safely for you.
You can, from where you are now, smell smoke, Malachi. While you do not have the heightened senses that a Luna would have, you can definitely now tell something is burning. Same with you, Mary.
Are we near the village? Has someone got a bonfire going?
Smells like it.
We should maybe take your friend to the heat. It'll warm her up after I've taken it out.
That's not a bad move.
Let me just take the needle out.
Make me a dexterity. Oh, what did you roll there? I have to know.
Medicine and intelligence.
I said with dexterity, but you know what? I'll let that slide. How many successes?
3.
Yeah, you can remove the needle without causing any additional damage. You do see it does let out a small little trickle of blood and some sort of a clear liquid.
Smell the liquid.
You, despite the fact that you are not able to physically feel like you're going to, pass out from such things, it does give you that sort of a heady high. You can see what looks like sort of silver flecks in it as well, really, really tiny.
This is strange. You don't. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen this? I generally don't know why someone shoots somebody with this.
Oh. I'm looking at the silver flecks and I'm putting 2 and 2 together, and the fact that Caleb is missing.
Do you know?
Oh, damn it. Well, they're not gonna. Oh, that won't do her in, but it would do. I run towards the smell of the smoke.
I'll look after your friend.
Please do get her to the fire.
Okay. I take my blazer off and put it around Alyssa and try and get the snow off of.
Okay, you brush the snow off to one side. Alyssa, would you roll me a stamina and let's just roll me a stamina. Stamina and essence, in fact.
Stamina. Where is my essence again? I always forget. It's on one of these pages. 2. Right. Okay. So 5. Yet.
Three successes. You manage to regenerate 4 of those superficial damage. You're starting to stir, but not coming back to consciousness.
Okay, so wait, what did I take before? Was it 7?
You took 7.
7, so I'm on 3. Okay.
You can see Alyssa starting to stir, Mary, but not fully recovered yet. You do manage to bundle her up into some warm sort of clothing, and then start moving her towards which direction?
Towards the fire, Malachi said, so I started going towards the sun of smoke. Now, here's the thing, because Mary thinks she's a ghoul. She thinks she only knows about vampires. She thinks Alyssa's a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to open her wrist and try and feed Alyssa to try and help her.
Okay. Take a point of aggravated damage.
Certainly.
And you start placing your blood into Alyssa's mouth.
Very motherly, very tenderly and carefully. It's not like trying to force it, it's just trying to pour it gently down.
I understand. And of course, Alyssa is not a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what was it? Mary is not a ghoul.
No, she
Mary
thinks
is a
she is.
Malkavian. So, Alyssa, would you roll me a intelligence? No, actually, let's make it a wits and... Ooh, what would be the best option? Stamina and wits, actually.
Stamina
Let's go with that. Stamina and wits.
First lot and last one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 successes. Nothing particularly happens, but for a second you have the most weird fever dream.
Of course I do.
After a moment or two, you sort of snap awake, the last few superficial damage having gone, and I need you to roll me willpower.
Willpower is 4. 1, 3.
Okay, I've made a note. Alyssa, there is someone feeding you blood.
I snap up and start spitting it out.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I was a good flavor or not. I just wanted to help. Sorry.
Please do not ever again feed me your blood.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just sometimes my master and when he and I just wanted to help. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Where is Malachi?
He went towards the fire. I was taking you towards the fire. I gave you my jacket, but I couldn't cover the rest of you. I'm so sorry.
Every time.
Mary's looking anywhere but at Alyssa's form.
Okay. Malachi, you have managed to run somewhat ahead, and you can feel the heat from here. You can see patches where the snow has melted away. As you're starting to round towards the point in time where the entire of the town's on fire.
Oh, crap.
It has started to catch onto some of the trees.
This is really not good. Is there... No, there wouldn't be, like, buckets with water or... I don't know if I'd know where the nearest lake was to here.
Let's just say that about a line of trees around the town are also on fire, so getting into the town is near impossible.
Oof.
It clearly has been happening for a while.
Yeah.
You can see the bodies that are already charboiled that have come out of their houses and have burned to a crisp on the floor.
Can I see? Does it look like there are any tracks in the snow around?
Most of the snow where you are now has melted
Okay.
away from the pure heat.
The only thing that I could possibly do to figure out where the bloody hell whoever did this came from would be walk around the perimeter of where I can see that there's still snow.
Okay. You start easing back a little bit and starting to walk. About this point in time, Alyssa, were you chasing?
Yep.
Alyssa shows up in the nude. Did you ditch Mary?
No, I at least tried to run at the same level that Mary was running.
Then you make it about a quarter of the way around the town, Malachi, before you can see Alyssa and Mary. Mary, willpower check, please.
Certainly. I've got quite a good willpower, actually. Right, yes. 5 and a 1.
Ooh.
And then...
Ooh.
Fire's a problem for vampires. You're a ghoul.
Yes, my master would not like it.
But you do manage to stay away a little bit. It's not that you're afraid of it, it's just the fact that, well, you are afraid it's fire. It's just you're not red frenzying away from it. Alyssa, you can see Malachi from where you stood. Malachi has sort of halfway circled around this brilliant bonfire, staring at the floor for some reason.
Kai!
Yes.
Did you find him? Is he here?
No, I haven't found anyone yet.
Oh, damn it.
It's just... No.
Alyssa, you can see now the burning bodies of people throughout the village.
I can't smell him either.
In fact, actually, if you're making any attempt to smell via any enhanced sensors, you go nose blind for a moment from the sheer amount of smoke.
Yep.
I'm just trying to find some tracks. I want to find who's done this.
Okay. You look there, and I'll make my way around and see if I can see any on the other side.
Okay, and then we'll meet up at the... Yeah, that works. Okay, so one of us will go clockwise and the other goes anti-clockwise.
Excellent. That would be a wits and awareness check from both parties.
Wits and awareness.
What is Mary doing in this time?
She's kind of just watching, kind of waiting to be useful and help strange new friends.
1.
3 successes.
1 for me.
Neither of you find the way that anyone left. You do find the way they came in.
Right.
Must have been 6 people, Malachi. Heavy footfalls, possibly large boots. Looked like they came into the area. There was no sign of particular disturbance around, so they were obviously very good at what they did. You only managed to catch a couple of little bits. You do not see where they left. But again, about 6 people.
Okay. So okay, I'll keep going until me and Alyssa meet back up again. Yeah, I've found where they came in, but I haven't found where they've come out. Have you got anything?
No, nothing. So wait, if they didn't come, if there's no marks going out, then did they
leave?
Or did they die in there? Did they go in and die? Did someone kill them?
I don't know. I'm not sure how many villages there were, and there were a lot of bodies.
Okay. Caleb's got to be around here somewhere.
Yeah. I'm not sure where he's going to be, and we can't go in there.
Okay. Next best thing is maybe go back to the cabin for now, and I guess prepare to leave, because whatever did this.
Whatever did this knows that you were in the woods, because I'd imagine that one of them shot you with that trank dart.
Oh, is that what took me?
Yeah, it was sticking out your neck when we found you.
Fuck's sake. Okay. Well, let's grab Joseph or Mary, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Head back to the cabin. Guess I'll have to pack up some stuff and get ready to leave.
Yeah, but some of the trees are on fire, and we need to put it out before it spreads to the rest of the forest.
Oh, I don't know how you plan on putting this out, Kai, because...
No. Okay, we're going to have to be quick.
Mm.
But Mary isn't quick.
No. Might I suggest maybe you pick Mary up? Is that a thing you can do? Maybe run with Mary?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you used to be really good at picking damsels in distress up and running away with them.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
In the back of your mind, you just hear, "Ha!"
I don't know what you're harring about, although it was you that did it. Well, in a way, I guess.
That's exactly why I'm going, "Ha!"
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess we're going to run back towards where Mary is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi. I was just
And I'm going to pick up Mary.
Strength and athletics, please.
Okie dokie.
I don't even know her name. Stop touching me.
4 success, 5
Five
successes.
successes.
No successes. That's
Just
a success on
scooped
every
up.
dice.
You managed to scoop Mary up and just carry on running.
Yeah.
So, eventually you get back to the cabin. The first thing that worries you is the cabin's door is open.
I closed that when we left. I know I did.
And I instantly go into stealth mode. Fuck this noise.
Okay. Are you going into stealth as in hiding, or are you going into stealth as in changing?
I am going into stealth as in hiding.
Then roll me stealth and dexterity.
Woo! First lot. Why you like this?
So that's 3,
Second lot.
4, 5, 6 successes. Malachi, Mary, you've lost track of Alyssa.
Ooh, that's
Yep.
useful.
Approaching the cabin, the door is open. The entire of the inside looks like it has been turned over. Someone has clearly been in here and cased the place, throwing things left, right, and centre. Alyssa, what things of value did you have here?
Surprisingly, not a lot.
Any weapons?
Nope. Didn't need weapons.
Any keepsakes?
Bear with me a minute. I don't think I did. I literally think I just had the things to live, like food and clothes. That was about
Both.
it.
Food is definitely not here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't have anything on me. Nope.
Was there anything here pertaining to your past life, or more specifically, Excalibur?
Nope, because I don't have Excalibur.
You do not have Excalibur, but there was nothing here like any writings or anything like that.
Nope, because, again, why would I? I was trying to hide from that past.
I understand. Then just the food is missing. And a
Yeah.
couple of the furs. The prints that look like they've come in, though, that are still soaking wet on the floor, are definitely of large military boots. Size 12 to 13s.
That's some big fucking feet.
Yep.
Okay, so
And
there's no one
looks
there's no
exactly
one
like
in
the
the
print.
area.
So it's the same guys, and those look like they're jack boots. So what? What the hell's going on?
There's definitely nobody in the area, AJ.
Not that you're able to see, but from your party.
Okay. Well,
Weirdly enough, there was more than enough time for them to have come up here after shooting you, since everyone was coming in this direction.
yeah.
It looks like almost like a military precision outfit.
Fantastic. I'm going to put my clothes back on.
Okay, you redress.
Right, well, good job I didn't keep a lot. Like, ever. But I guess this is now a lost cause. There is no food left anymore.
We're not gonna have time to go out and get more, and the fire's still spreading.
We're just going to have to...
There is a weird smell, though, that does catch your nose, Alyssa, the more I think about it. Petrol?
Get out. Get out, get out, get out. Run.
Yep. Leaving. As soon as Alyssa says that, leaving.
Okay, you head out of the building. Nothing happens. The smell does intensify now you're out here, though.
Is everything okay? Why are you running around?
The area smells like petrol. We need to leave right now. Somebody is here. I don't know where they are.
Where will we go?
We just have to go.
Okay. So, where are you considering heading? You're looking for civilization, or you're heading in more into the woods?
Let me get a map. Map of America. Open.
Now, here's a question, Lore Master. Where were you? Do you remember?
Yes, I was in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the... is it the Tonga? Hang on. It's in my saves. I will find it in a moment. Alaska. Why is everything so slow? Why are you like this? I know where I am. I just can't remember. It's something like Tonga or something like that.
I mean, really, I suppose the next question is, where are you headed?
Well,
It's more just finding out where you are to start with, for that reasoning.
Let's see. So we are currently... Bring this map up. Alaska.
Alaska.
So, if I remember correctly, this end? Oh god, that was a loud drop of a plate. Not a drop of a plate, but...
Yeah, sorry.
Dare you? Right. I guess we're gonna have to, because it's not like we can go. We can't exactly go north because eventually we will hit the sea. So we can't go north. We have to technically go across. We could go. Okay. We could go into British Columbia.
I'm going to British Columbia.
Yeah, well, that is technically our only. It's either we head that way or we head into the Northwest Territories. So they're your choices, but I think British Columbia is easier from where we are currently, because we're on the bottom end of Alaska, if I am reading my map correctly.
Yeah. So British Columbia it is.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a lot of wilderness and mountains in British Columbia, surprisingly.
So, how many miles away do you believe that is?
Oh God, why would you do this?
It's more how many you believe it is, rather than an exact number. Unless, of course, you're going to try to pull a phone out.
Funny.
I definitely try.
Yeah. I would reckon it would be. Why is there no ruler on this thing? You're looking at a good. Ooh. 10. Depends on where. Depends on technically where in the national park we are, because you never actually said whereabouts in the national park. You just said the national park.
Well, you're basically up the best side of a mountain.
Yeah, that's still not helpful, surprisingly, when you look at it.
I mean, again, very valid, but you just went for isolated. You didn't go for specifics.
Yeah, that's true. I reckon it's going to take us at least maybe 10,000 miles?
What? 10,000? Okay. I guess we're going to have to do a
10,000
Proclaimers.
I don't know.
Sorry, I have to get a phone call, guys.
How dare you get a phone call? Tell them to go away. You're playing a game.
So 10,000 miles, you believe?
Maybe not. That seems a bit far.
Yeah, I'm thinking close to maybe 200.
Yeah, I don't think we want to do 10 Proclaimers. That's too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I really that's hilarious. You should totally walk 10,000 miles, but at the same time,
I don't know how many miles have I already walked. I think this is gonna just.
well, let's just say that you were basically just worried that you would have to go through all of this all over again.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm sticking with Alyssa no matter what now.
If I want to go here.
From where you are, you will have had some level of understanding. If you start heading east, eventually, given time, you will end up on Highway 37.
Yeah, I can see Highway 37.
Which is easily probably 100 plus miles.
Okay. See, I can't get directions on Google Maps because if I put in one town in Alaska to say Istkurt in British Columbia, Canada, it tells me that there isn't an actual route and therefore it cannot calculate.
That's because there isn't an actual route and it cannot calculate. You're going to be having to doing this in a very interesting way, considering you're basically going to need to navigate from where you are past part of the sea.
Yeah. Time to go swimming, guys.
In the ice cold northern waters.
Mm,
That's lovely.
yeah. I mean, I take it we're on one of. I take it we're on one of the islands. Down the bottom end.
What's the name of the national park?
Well, technically, this on the map says Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you go up, there is multiple other bits.
So Glacier Bay is actually just ice, just so you know.
Yeah.
It's quite literally there's no actual anything else. It's mostly just ice.
Yeah.
However, I'm pretty sure I gave a name for the location.
You said something to give
natural.
T. But because it cut out, and I had to ask you again at another time when I didn't get to write it down, it did not help.
Was it by any chance, and I'm just saying here, Tatchenshini?
I don't think it was, but let's just go with that.
Because Tatchenshini Provincial Park
Is above, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's not what you said. I'm sure you said something like Tonska or something random like that. Even though that's
Probably.
not a park.
Mate,
Anyway.
It was somewhere natural forest, and I can't remember what.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just go with
National park,
Tantanshini. That's where we are. We're in Tantanshini.
Okay.
I mean, it's Tongass National Forest. I just want to be that
Yeah,
guy.
I knew it was something beginning like that, but that also doesn't come up on Google Maps.
I mean, it does.
It does not.
Yeah, it does.
Tongass National Forest. Natural. Yeah. Look up.
It does. It's near. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm
For the benefit of the people at home,
I'm on it and I cannot say it. It does not exist.
So
If it's not in the database, it must not exist.
No.
Everything is in the Jedi archives.
Just gonna put that into there.
Where is it?
Near Fairhaven.
Oh god, you really had to zoom in for that one. Yeah, it doesn't come up on mine. It doesn't come up unless you're like super zoomed in.
But it's
now
definitely there.
Now it's there. So yeah, technically we're in Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve area because Tatanshini is the one above,
Yeah.
which is technically in British Columbia.
I mean, that's the technicality, but it's definitely Alaska because to the right is the University of Alaska.
What, in Tatanshini Alaskan Provisional Park?
No, in from Tongass National Forest.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Tatanshini. Anyway,
Not the point.
Google.
Google.
Right. Okay. So we're there. Got you. We're in Tongsa. Not. Update my bloody journal. I knew it was something like Tonka or Tongska. Random. So actually, we don't have to cross any seas because
No, you don't. I just wanted to see how long that was going to go on for.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we're in let's say so the closest town. So you've either got Saint Therese or you've got Junior. Oh God.
Janelle.
Why did they not just name these things? He's like something. We
I
can
mean,
actually
the
say.
closest place is Fairhaven.
Fairhaven. Yeah. Let's not go to Fairhaven. 'Tis a silly place.
What? Why? It would make a fair haven.
It clearly didn't. Right. Anyway,
Look.
we're moving into British Columbia.
So,
going to British Columbia.
just so I have it clear, considering this is causing me far more fun than it should do. The direction you are heading: north, south, east, or west?
We're going east.
You're going east.
Yes.
So, at the point in time where you would eventually get out of Tongass Natural Forest, you will find a road.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to speed up a little bit of time here, because I'm going to just assume none of you are stopping for anything silly. You're all trying to maintain some level of stealth, and where other people are falling down on it, others are picking them up.
See.
Yeah.
So eventually, you get out of the slowly burning largest natural forest on the planet, and reach what is basically the Glacier Highway. There is a portion of this trip that is done via road. So you basically get out of Tongass Natural Forest onto the road, passing basically some village campgrounds, some picnic sites, all of which look long since abandoned, broken, busted, and otherwise. Until eventually the road you're on merges with the Glacier Highway. Now, the road itself that you're on doesn't have a name, but near enough to here is Otter Way and the Indian Cove Drive. You can tell because there are still signposts that are completely and utterly dilapidated. After some
guys.
time,
Sorry about that.
it's all good. You managed to make it up to what's pretty much the point in time where the Glacier Highway starts moving over the Orkney Cove. And it will have been the majority of your day to get to the point where the river meets the road. At this point in time, the Exalted in the party do not need to sleep. But you definitely do need the vampire to, because it's starting to come up on daylight.
Yep.
Great. Well, we know how this works.
Find a shelter.
Find some shelter.
Okay. You manage to find a portion of the highway as it starts to lift up towards the water, where you could probably conceivably get into. There's some service hatches and otherwise that are damp, dark, bricked off pieces of structure. Are you sleeping the same time it would take for Mary to sleep? Or are you going to keep going? Stay awake? How is this going to play?
Shifts. Do it in shifts.
Yeah, in shifts.
Who's taking
4
first
hours.
watch?
I will.
Take first watch. Oh, okay.
I'll take it.
I'm taking first watch.
No, I'm taking first word. Never mind.
Never mind.
I'm taking
Yeah,
first
good luck. Good luck taking first watch.
And sleep.
So, Alyssa takes first watch,
Yeah.
while Malachi sleeps. Alyssa, nothing at all happens. But you are left for an extensive amount of time with two people, one of which you do not know, and one of which you've tried not to know for 4 years. And all the while, there is that little voice in the back of your head that might as well be playing some sort of dance music. Because it's just entertained. You've never seen him this mischievous, at least not in the past 4 years. You're definitely not getting any rest at the moment.
In my head, I'm Arlo, can you just stop being so loud?
But it's all coming back together again.
What is coming back together?
You lot.
What do you mean
It's been
us
so
lot?
long since I saw all the shenanigans from before.
Yeah,
4 years since you were last among people. It's nice to have somebody else out there who I can see do stupid things.
huh.
You know, like feeding your friends
Uh-huh.
various types of blood
Uh-huh.
and sending them to kill
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
You,
Thank
you
you.
remember? You remember that?
Thank you for that reminder.
You remember? You were there.
Thanks.
It was you.
Thanks.
I'm just pointing out to you that things have definitely gotten a little more interesting and more to the point, a lot more dangerous. You've now got other people you have to rely on again. Can you do that?
No.
Well, it's going to be a very rough few months then, isn't it? You could just ditch them here.
I could.
I mean, already one of them's tried to feed you blood.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna put that down to they didn't know any better, I guess.
I mean, do you know that for certain?
No. To be honest, I don't know what to make of Joseph maybe. I just don't know.
Goes out with one of your friends, comes back covered in blood, pretends to be somebody else, and then tries feeding you blood. I know what I'd feel. I'd find it hilarious, but I'm also evil.
Oh yes, you are so evil.
Listen, I've been nice over the past 4 years because there's just been me and you. But let's not have any sass or I'll start being evil. So, you gonna leave him?
Not now, not at the moment.
All right, but I would like you to. You've got a good memory for dates, don't you? What's the date today?
I don't actually know the date. I've not been keeping track of the date for, well, years now.
Oh, that's a shame. I'd kind of relying on your internal calendar for the point in time, so you can look back and hear my "I told you so."
Why would I need a date for you to tell me that you told me so?
Because today is the day I am pointing out. At some point later, I'm going to get to say "I told you so."
You frequently tell me that you told me so. You have done for the last 4 years.
But this time I get to do it, and it gets to be proved right. Well, one of this pair either screws up or massively betrays your ass.
Why are you like this?
Don't ask me. I'm a construct of your brain. Have you considered a shrink?
A shrink could not fix you.
I mean, very true. I am irreplaceable. Wanna play a game?
With you? No. Not really.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with person who's going to end up betraying you.
Okay, you are really making me doubt this again.
Let's just say you've already got someone else's blood running through your system. And that's happened in the past day. By, you can feel the air quotes, accident. How many times when a vampire's come into your life has that been by accident?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I'm going to leave you with your self-doubt. Have fun. 4 hours have passed. Time to wake up. Almost said Arlo. Malachi.
Dun dun dun.
Yep. Waking up.
I said it's time to wake up, Malachi. I never said that was what happens.
Okay.
So, Jade, Alyssa, do you wake Malachi up?
Nope.
What do you do instead?
Sneakily run away.
Stop it.
Oh, it's the best day to be the voice in someone's head. 4 hours additional pass. You wake up naturally, Malachi.
Yep.
And you wake up as well, Joseph.
Oh.
Maybe a rouse check.
Quite. Not hungry at all.
You find yourself in a underground bunker surrounding.
Okay. This is not where I remember we were at. Oh, Malachi, my best friend. How are we doing? Everything okay?
Where are we?
Well, I was about to ask you where we are. We're not in friend's house anymore.
No, I don't know this place.
Well, that makes two of us. Not the best start, really, is it?
Where's Alyssa?
Well, I don't mean to be rude, my dear friend, but last time I left you, you were, doing the thing that people do when they like each other, and they display it physically, and sometimes they get naked, and they do that thing. And do you really need me to go into more detail? I'm sure you know. You did.
Yeah, that happened, but that's got nothing to do with this. Where's Alyssa?
Well, that's the last time I saw you guys together.
What?
Well, I left you. I went off with Caleb, and you were doing that thing.
Oh, okay, I understand. Hello, Joseph.
Hi. Yes. Who did you else think? Okay. Long day. I'll let you off. Yes.
You are still covered somewhat in blood, Joseph. There has not been an opportunity to change.
Oh.
You wonder whether or not the large person who dived in front of you for that bullet actually is safe.
Oh. Wait a sec. I think I. Oh, it's coming back to me now. Oh, that's not good. So I think your friend might be dead. Oh,
What?
Well, he can take a bullet, right? I mean, bullets normally kill people, but he looked quite big, and he did turn into a wolf at one point.
Okay. Wait, Caleb?
Yes, he did turn into that wolf at the time. Remember?
When you say they shot him?
Someone shot him. He jumped in front of the bullet.
Okay,
That was very.
but that really doesn't explain why we're here.
I was hoping it did, because I don't know where we're here or where we are.
No, I don't know where we are either. I'm going to look around the room we're in.
You, Malachi, do recognize this room. This is the same room that you've entered into to get out of the sunlight.
Oh, okay.
I just thought I just thought you were playing a clever game with Joseph, but if you didn't realize where you were, then I'm sorry, that's my description bad. This was the little service area that you managed to get into to avoid the sun.
Okay. Sorry, I think I missed that bit. Right.
Possibly.
Okay. Joseph,
Yes.
we came here to get out of the sun. You weren't you at the time?
What do you mean I wasn't me? I'm always me. That's a stupid thing to say.
No, you're not. You were still you, but you were saying that your name is Mary.
Mary's my ghoul. That's a bit stupid. I would say I was her.
No, well, she said that you were her master.
I am her master. I gave her my blood.
Yeah, but she looks like you.
No, I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, my friend, but I'm a man. She's a woman.
No.
No?
Mm, no.
Oh,
It's a little bit more complicated than that.
if you say so.
Yeah, have you ever noticed that when you wake up, it's 2 days later?
Well, I don't really have a clock. Time doesn't really mean much while that society's crumbled into nothingness.
Ye- Yeah, but
But I do understand what you mean.
do you ever feel like you're missing information?
Actually, maybe slightly.
Yeah, that's because you appear to black out and wake up and think you're your own ghoul.
That's stupid. I'm not my own ghoul. My ghoul is my ghoul.
Like you don't have a ghoul.
Yes, I do. I have Mary.
Okay.
Is this just like you currently don't have your girlfriend because she's not here and disappeared?
Please don't.
I'm just trying to understand. In the
I had
nicest
to put
possible
myself
way.
on mute there so I didn't laugh too loud.
Yeah. No, okay, I don't know where she is. And we need to find her. Right?
Of course. let's
Maybe
go
I
find
can't maybe I can't explain to you properly what's going on or just say what the situation is. Alyssa is missing. I want to find her. Please come with me.
Of course. Do you want me to try and look into the future?
Wait. You can do that?
Well, I don't know. Some people don't believe about my clan's, power of perception into the realities of the future, past, and present. But I could give it a go for you.
Right. Okay,
Sometimes,
I guess that's definitely an option.
sometimes it happens without me having to, focus, and just sometimes I have to concentrate really hard.
Yeah, I remember back when I used to be able to do that.
Okay. And you say I'm the strange one for having a ghoul.
Not having a ghoul.
Let us agree to disagree, dear friend.
Okay, but I'm
One of
factually
them's a
correct.
wacky vampire, the other a solar exalted. Together, they will reach out the road to face the challenge of everyday life.
This is
AJ?
not everyday life.
AJ, I'm going to force a premonition.
Of course. Would you roll me your Auspex and Wits, please?
I should just do my row check first.
That would be lovely.
I get hungry.
You start hearing a sort of scratching at the back of your brain as the beast starts to want to wake up.
No, later. We're busy. We'll find something later, but not right now. Focus. Focus
Joseph?
me. So I'm just talking to the beast in my head.
Oh yeah, I
you
used to have one of those.
Yeah, I'm sure you remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, now he's in Alyssa's head and oh.
And then it hits you.
Yeah.
So,
4 successes.
Joseph, you take a moment and sort of drift. Time slows to an almost nothing and then starts to pull your vision out of your body. You can see a wolf. Looks like it's been damaged. Looks like it's been in a fight of some description. Multiple scratches down its back. Ripped up eye, barely limping on one leg, on 3 legs even. One of its legs is sort of like hanging limp. Constantly followed by a dark cloud. Excuse me. It has started basically heading down a long and winding road to the barest points of civilization, covered entirely in webs. Small spiders seem to be scuttling alongside it, scuttling around it, scuttling up and down each of the walls of the city ahead of it.
Hmm.
The wolf, long tired, finally finds a spot to sleep. Not quite in the city, but near enough to it. You can't tell if it's because the city makes it feel safe or if the city is just one of those things it needs to pass through. And then you come to consciousness.
No.
There is a quarter of you that thinks that despite all of this, this may have been 8 hours, even though it's been about 8 seconds.
Ah. Oh. Oh. That was a long one. I mean, I've never been out for hours before. Oh. Oh.
Joseph,
Yes?
it's been 10 seconds.
No. That's I was watching them for hours. Oh. Whew. Ah. Mm.
Okay.
Like 8 hours. Like, oh god, it was like 8 hours just watching her run. Oh.
I have to say that your perception of time isn't the most accurate thing. So
Yeah.
we can agree to disagree on that, like the ghoul thing.
Yeah, please, can we leave my girl out of this? We're following your girlfriend right now. Why
Yeah.
is she? Why are you? What's with the spiders? Why are you going to a city of spiders? I don't understand. That seems like a bad place to go.
Spiders.
Yeah, why are you going to a city of spiders? And I think they're hungry.
Were they whitish, translucent?
Kind of. Yeah, there were lots of them, and don't worry, she's not at the city yet, but. Well, I wouldn't want her to get to the city on her own. Those spiders would probably do horrible things.
Yeah, they tried.
And also, what's a cloud? Why? What? Oh, is the cloud the thing that pushed me out of her head?
There's a cloud.
Yeah, the black cloud. Is that what pushed me out of her head?
Oh,
Because I
okay.
remember they were very mean and they pushed me out of her head when I was trying to figure
Black
out what was
cloud.
going on.
Following Alyssa.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
That'll be You know, I said earlier about the thing that's in your head and how I used to have one of those.
I don't have anything. Oh, you mean the beast? Oh, that's that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's with Alyssa now.
Well,
I think that might be the black cloud you're talking about.
Well, some people buy each other flowers. Some people give each other jewelry. You gave her your beast. That's romantic.
I mean, I didn't do it on purpose.
Okay, that's accidentally romantic.
How is it romantic?
Malachi, can I ask you a personal question?
If I say no, will that make you stop?
Well, it's about your friend. And I'm trying to uncover the meaning of the premonition, and I need to know this answer. But it might be when you two did the thing that people do when they like each other and get naked and do that thing.
Yes.
Were you like, because obviously it might have been your first time, so you might have been overexcited and you might have punched each other and thrown each other around the room and clawed each other. That didn't happen, did it?
We don't do that.
Oh, that's okay, because I'm trying to understand why she's wounded.
Why is she's wounded?
But she might not be really wounded. It could be a metaphor for internal wounds. You had it. You know it's not always 100% clear.
No. No, the only thing it told me is to push down a tree, and that didn't work. So.
Yeah. So, she's run into a city of spiders.
Yeah.
And I think she's a few hours ahead of us. That's why it felt like I was in the vision for hours. The black cloud is that nasty beast of yours.
Yeah.
No idea about spiders.
The city of spiders that I know is nowhere near here, so I don't know how you'll ever get there.
Were you planning to go to a city? Did you make plans?
No, we were not planning on going back there.
Well, are you planning to go to a city nearby?
City nearby?
Because maybe she's been traveling for a few hours. Where's the nearest city?
British Columbia. We were going to. Oh. Where were we going?
Yeah, why did we go back to the village? Why are we here?
The village is on fire. Well, it was on fire.
What about my gang girlfriend?
I don't know.
Sad violins playing in the background for the gangrel abandoned.
Oh
Hmm.
no! I mean, we have to look after each other. There's not many of us left. How are we going to rebuild Constantinople without the three? Oh no! Oh well! Oh oh
Yeah, I'm sorry.
oh!
Yeah,
That's
so
sad.
there were 6 military guys, and they came, and that's why we're not in the cabin anymore. They've burnt the whole thing down.
I mean, they didn't burn the cabin down.
No, but presumably it caught fire afterwards.
It will definitely have caught fire eventually.
They took everything. We came here because we had to get you out of the sun, but you weren't saying you were you. But you're not going to believe me when I tell you that because
I
you're
don't-
mentally shutting it out.
Well, let's not get back into that. Let's get back into finding your girlfriend and not
Yeah,
about
but this is integral to the story.
your. Listen, maybe it's not me that has the problem with reality. Maybe it's you, and you're my best friend, so I'm not going to judge you. I support you for your crisis of your mental stability, and
You
I'm
don't
here.
support me by gaslighting me. Stop that.
I'm not gaslighting. I'm just, you're making very strange things up that I don't understand. So I'm supporting you via love and affection.
Okay, when you went to sleep, where were you?
Um, that's not important right now. Maybe.
That,
Yeah.
It's important.
Should we be finding your girlfriend? Maybe there are spiders trying to eat her. That seems more important than a lost watch time.
Yeah, you keep losing the time. That's
Well,
not.
time's not important. It's relative. I mean, who invented time? Did you invent time? Oh, I didn't invent time. Someone invented time. And how do we know time's even right? I mean, who says the clock's supposed to move that fast?
I'm just going to
Alyssa, do me a favour. Just roll me a stamina and wits check.
so I don't go mental.
Wait, was that for me? Sorry.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, it's been 8 hours, and you've gone to sleep somewhere. But given the amount of time this lot have been talking, I'm just wondering whether or not you'd have woke up.
3 successes.
Noted. Carry on, everyone else.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to start walking while I'm being ranted at about time.
I will carry on walking and ranting. But walking in towards the direction that we don't know where we're going.
No. I just don't want to be here with you ranting at me about time.
So instead, you're going to be followed, being ranted about time. So, how long do you walk for? And are you walking or are you running?
Walking because I don't think Joseph can keep up with me in a run.
You get the impression, judging from all of this talk about time and the like, that there is a good possibility she's about 8 hours in front of you. So, as you're making the attempt to catch up, I need to know, at any point in time, do you break into any level of speed? It's a really particularly long set of roads.
Thing is, if I break into a level of speed, I have to carry Joseph while Joseph rants at me about time.
Oh no, 1 second. Let me just touch from the forehead, and in case you go ahead, I can find you. Dip, and I share senses.
What's the range on share sensors?
As long as I'm allowed, I can go. Doopa 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 doo. It can be used over long distance on someone. Oh, I see. That's So it doesn't actually have a proper range, but it can be used at long range if I put some blood in you.
Yeah, that's not happening.
but it doesn't have a range normally. The description's not amazing.
The description basically is rather vague,
Yeah,
but I would take the assumption without applying blood,
yeah.
it is going to be within the same area, within the same room, I'd say.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to go but I'll try and go a little bit further ahead. I still think I should just pick you up and run with you.
Well, I could be like, Yoda and your intellectual advisor. And
You want to be a backpack while I run.
It seems more graceful than being carried like a fireman.
A flock of seagulls pass overhead.
Seagulls. So
Stop it now.
No, wait. Were they in a V shape or they were a W shape?
They're W shape.
You're going to get married to Alyssa. A W means wedding. So when you meet each other, you should totally propose. We need a ring. We need a ring. Where can we find a ring?
There's one on my back. Quick, hop on.
No. You need a proper ring. You need it has to have a diamond or a jewel because the ring's not supposed to be permanent when you're engaged. It's a temporary ring.
We're not. Look, I need to find her before we think about anything like that ever. Please just get on my back.
Okay. I'll think of something while we're riding. Right. Onward, Silver, and away.
Never say that again.
Okay.
I'll start running.
Yeah. Are you using any particular charms to assist you?
Yes, please. Lightning speed.
I understand. Joseph, would you do me a favour and make me an athletics and strength check?
Oh, sorry, that was me. What was it? Sorry,
Athletics.
Oh, that's not gonna go well. That's 1.
As you bolt,
what's it? And 2. I'm done.
Nothing.
As you bolt at lightning speed, Malachi, you suddenly feel lighter for a second.
Oh no. I turn around, bolt back, and try and pick Joseph back up again.
Joseph, you suddenly accelerated to an insane level of speed, dropped onto your back, took 2 points of superficial damage, and just can see the stars above.
Oh, this is pretty. I wonder if this is
there is a sudden golden bolt as Malachi rushes back, grabs you, makes a strength and athletics check himself.
Yeah.
Gets 1 success.
1 success, yeah.
And pretty much ends up dragging you for a good portion of the way.
Come on, hold on properly.
I'm not a strong lifting person. I'm a reading person. Remember.
Now, I will take the assumption that Alyssa has enough good sense to, when going to eventually need to sleep, will try and hide.
Yep.
So, at lightning speed, Malachi and Joseph, I'm going to need a wits and awareness roll.
Oh, I can do those.
So I will let Joseph do it. Malachi will assist to give Joseph 1 extra dice.
So that's
And Alyssa, I'm going to take an average of your stealth and your dexterity.
5.
What, the number, or do you want me to roll?
I will just take an average.
Okay, well, my dexterity is 4, my stealth is 4.
I can see. I don't want them to know.
4 successes.
4 successes. As you're bolting down the road, eventually you get to a stage where you're looking upon a rural sort of town/city.
Mm-hmm.
Off to one side, there is the opening of a sewer pipe that looks like it has long since had a vast amount of shutdown and fail to it. It looks like it's been blocked up with bits of garbage and overgrown by a vast amount of moss, lichen, and vines.
Yep.
Ooh.
But you do, on the way past Joseph, manage to just catch a glimpse of a person in there.
Oh, that way.
Okay. Start moving towards
Wait, no,
the
stop.
Alyssa,
Okay.
you cannot miss that yelling.
Do you know any poetry?
No. Stealth!
poetry.
Yeah, she's
Stealth and dexterity. Now you have a difficulty to beat instead, Alyssa.
Ooh, boy. 5 successes!
As you turn back, Joseph, that person has gone.
Oh, damn it, she ran.
What?
Quick, think of the poetry as you chase her.
Fine. I start running while trying to think of poetry.
Towards the sewer pipe, yes?
Yeah.
Alyssa, are you leaving the sewer pipe to hide, or are you going to try and hide in the sewers?
I am going to...
Bear in mind, if you try and hide in the sewer, outside of the sewers, you
Yep.
have to leave the sewers, thus becoming more viewable.
Yeah, I'm not so well.
Okay. You bolt through this mass of vines, garbage, and general detritus there, Malachi, on the chase.
Yep.
And that's where we're going to take a 15-minute break.
Yay, 15-minute break.
Detritus break.
The assumption we should be carrying on.
Yes,
Yes.
I think so.
Right then. As we come back in, this is a matter of the moment of stealth versus speed. Because while Alyssa can hide, Malachi can definitely outpace Alyssa. So, I would like a stealth roll from Alyssa, being dexterity and stealth.
Oh no.
That was 2 successes.
Yeet.
3 successes. I would like Joseph to roll me awareness and wits, plus 1 dice from Malachi.
Yay, my dice was a success.
That would be 4 successes. Any more there, or is that everything, Joseph?
When
And
you're
I
talking and you realise your mic's still on. Great. That's me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do manage to see Alyssa long enough for Malachi, provided you are going to go at full speed to make it a catch. This is about 4 pipes down, as Alyssa, while you can hide, you will not be able to hide and stay stealthed if you stay still. You'll be able to stay stealthed, but in honesty, you will be caught still, just for the sheer amount of room there is in here.
Quick, shout some poetry at her now. This is the
You
time.
managed to get 3 turns in before the sewer pipe itself is about 8 feet up from floor to ceiling and about 8 foot wide.
Yep.
There is a large amount of sort of slurried water that's still flowing, although you imagine that's more just the actual circuit of water than it is something's being flushed, etc. It looks like it's years old water and way beyond clean. You managed to catch directly up to Alyssa, but what are you going to do when you catch her?
Poetry.
Oh my god.
If we're being honest, poetry in a sewer has never worked well. He usually ends up getting ganked by followers of Bane.
What was the pain?
Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
Oh.
So,
Okay,
yeah, there's some context there you'll find later.
My tears are salty.
And delicious.
I'm a little bit grey.
Fine. I'm not going to do poetry. I'm just gonna go. Why are you hiding again?
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Please, please.
No, the question is, why are you hiding?
Because I don't want to be around people.
Oh, well, that's a good point. We should leave her alone, Malachi, if she's around us.
All right. That's
But tell about the spiders, so she doesn't get eaten.
the spiders. Yeah.
Yeah.
What spiders?
Apparently, Joseph has had a vision. You end up in the palace of spiders.
No, city of spiders.
City of spiders.
But they're watching you already. You're really near the city right now, in fact. The city of spiders, where you're going to.
I'm not going anywhere in particular. I'm just.
But you are. The cloud is chasing you.
What cloud?
The one in your head that pushed me out.
We're pretty sure it's Arlo.
Oh, yes, Arlo, that one.
Hey, don't bring me into this.
If you could have just said something, you know, I would have left you alone.
Sorry, I'm literally running on fear and mistrust here, okay? I have been alone for 4 years, and within the space of less than a day, everything has gone wrong again, and I can't.
Hey, what am I? Chopped liver?
Sometimes when you have your first intimate experience with another person, it can be a lot of changes, and you can sometimes lose control.
I swear to Gaia, Mary, Joseph, whoever you are, shut up.
I'm Joseph. Mary's okay. Sorry.
Within hours, everything has started turning to shit. I've already been fed kindred blood once again.
Wait, what? When did that happen?
You did it.
No, I didn't.
Or Mary did it, or whoever you were at that time. I don't even care anymore. But your blood is in me right now.
But Mary... Wait a second. If that's true, one second. I'm gonna try something. Share the senses.
Yeah, that works pretty much perfectly.
Oh wow, you have got my blood. How did you get
Joseph?
that? Yes.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
If she has your blood and you fed it to her, doesn't that prove?
Oh yes, she's my ghoul. That's why she's got my blood. I must have fed her recently. Makes sense now.
No, that's
not your.
Yes, that'll make sense.
You hear Arlo from inside your head. Well, technically, that's not 100% true there, Alyssa.
What?
Do I hear that as well?
Yes,
No.
you do, actually.
Oh,
Who
wow.
said from Share the Senses? Yeah, you do.
Hello there. Can they hear me? Hello.
Oh, God, I'm in stereo.
Oh, you're quite funny. You're quite quirky. That's
Please,
not too bad.
please get out of my head. Please get out of my head.
I can't. I've been trying. You know I can't.
No, not you.
It's quite nice in here actually. I like it.
Out.
You should see what I've done with the back end of the medulla oblongata. There's a decent sofa there.
I am losing my patience.
And your mind, apparently. Section by section to my interior decorating.
I do like what you've done with the colours in here actually.
Thank you. I've been looking to expand a little bit.
Will you two shut the fuck up and get out of my head, Joseph?
Oh, sorry. I'm coming out. Oh, so I'll speak to you later, Arlo. Nice meeting you.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
Okay. Bye. I'll pull
oh!
out.
I see you've met my former roommate.
He's actually quite charming.
No.
No.
Bitch.
He called you a bitch.
Well, if he's you and you're my best friend, I'm obviously going to think he's charming because he's you. But in her head, Just like you
But
were.
do you think he's
in
harming
her-
if I'm your best friend and he just
Yes.
called me a bitch?
Did he? How do you know?
I just said.
Did he? What? Where? I'm not in your head anymore. I can't hear him. You told me to get out.
You did tell him to get out.
Yeah, but I was just informed from. Oh, you know what? Oh.
Do you two need to be physical again? Should I go for a walk?
Oh,
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
We've already had the stage of hitting it and quitting it.
Okay. Maybe now's the time for the ring.
No, and there isn't a ring. What do you want?
You said there was a ring. You lied to me.
I didn't say there was a ring.
what do
you
you
had a
mean there's a
ring.
ring?
Oh, he's going to propose.
What?
Well, we can't now because he lied to me about having the ring. So maybe he lied about the proposal too.
Arlo has not stopped laughing this whole time.
I have not.
Malachi, my best friend, but were you using illicit? Oh wow! I'm sorry. I can't condone that.
Why? Just
Why? Yeah, I can understand now, Alyssa. I can understand why you don't be around people.
If I was a spy watching you, where would I be?
What?
One sec. I'm going to try and find the spider. Sense the unseen.
What spider?
There are no things that are unseen in the area except for that one Nosferatu.
Oh, hello.
You see him just kind of look left, look right at you.
Oh yeah, you. Hello, friend.
Just slowly start shifting off to the left.
No, don't go left. No, if you're watching us, you can at least join us in the conversation. I mean, there's not many of us kindred around it. Oh, maybe the Nosferatu are the spiders. Maybe that's a metaphor. Are you like a spider gang?
Of course there's a Nosferatu in the sewer pipe. Of course there is. Why would there not be a Nosferatu in the sewer pipe? I know they are in the sewer pipes. Of course
Come
they
say hello.
He keeps sort of like walking sideways as though he's trying to leave stage, and then just goes.
Oh, I point. Stop there. Look there.
I don't care. I really don't care.
Okay.
I don't care if there is another one of my ex kind.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You're a werewolf, not a.
I'm not a werewolf.
You guys are strange. That's coming from me.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, we are.
I'm gonna go count the cracks on the wall over here. You guys talk.
We're strange. So, yeah, there's something else in here. Looks like this place is taken. If you want us to go, if you really want us to go, then fine. You know, I don't want to, and I've come all this way, but fine.
You hear a whisper in your ear there, Alyssa, and it literally just sounds like, I know I came all this way, and I know I really don't want to, but, you know, if you want me to leave, then that's fine.
Actually getting a headache.
Sorry.
Look, when you were sleeping, I just had Arlo's company, and now that you've come back into the picture, and we now have a Malkavian as part of this stupid little shindig bullshit that we seem to be going through again, he has decided to now start playing his games again.
Whoa. Hang on there. I'm not playing any games. I'm just telling you how I see it.
Whether it is a game or it is how he sees it, either way.
Thank you.
It is still putting me in a great amount of doubt because
Because that's what he does.
But yes, but he's not wrong. He isn't wrong. In the last few hours since you walked back into my life and brought Joseph, everything has started going wrong again. Everything is starting to make slight repeats. I've got Joseph's blood running through me, and that's never an accident. It's
Sorry.
never an accident.
What? Why did you try and feed her blood?
I didn't.
No, but you did.
I didn't. That's really rude. I wouldn't do that.
Why would Mary try and feed her blood?
I don't know. I googled her. I don't know what she thinks. I'm not a venturer or something. I like free will and people having freedom of mind.
Didn't you just invade Alyssa's mind?
Yes.
Entirely accurate.
That was more kind of to see if I did have blood there, and I did, which obviously you took from Mary. Is Mary okay? I can't remember the last time we spoke.
No, I doubt you'd be able to.
There is a just frantic, almost spectral gesturing to this whole scene.
You said there's something else down here as well?
Oh, that's right. He's long gone.
Long gone.
He kind of when he realized I could see him, he went left and ran off.
Do you think he's going back to get others?
That's not really the Nosferatu's way, is it? They kind of don't like being seen.
No.
You just feel something. You feel something sort of almost jab you in the ribs there, Alyssa.
Yeah.
You don't like being seen, do you?
You are the worst. You're actually the worst.
Yes, I am.
If you want us to part our ways and we'll go off. If you want to go one way, we'll go the other way. If you don't want us around anymore, that's...
Have you ever thought about forgetting the aloe in your head?
What?
Well, there's ways of forgetting, and obviously, I'm not as good as a Ventru, but I can help people forget things. Do you want to forget the aloe in your head so you can be happy without him whispering poison in your ear?
You hear a soft whispering to you. I mean, obviously I'm about dominated to forget me, but why the sudden insistence on getting rid of me for pointing out the truth?
Getting rid of him wouldn't actually make any difference.
But
Literally is just pointing out the hard facts that I already know. I just try to ignore.
I don't mean to be rude, and you might see this as being rude. I apologise, but I'm not a fighter. I read books and I look at things. I see things. We Malkavians, we see things. That's what we do. Maybe he's pointed out the facts from his perspective, which isn't the right perspective, because every perspective has three perspectives: right, wrong, and the truth. So you've been on your own for a long time with nothing but him in your head as your best friend, and now your boyfriend turns up and you have physical relationship, and then he's probably jealous because now the real him is taking you from him. So he's now trying to poison your relationship with the real Malachi, and the aloe in your head is jealousy trying to break you up by whispering like in Mean Girls, like some horrible campaign of bitchiness. And what really is the truth is you two love each other, and Aloe's jealous, and he's trying to ruin that and keep you all to himself, locked in a cabin in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, that does sort of make sense, apart from there's no cabin anymore.
Oh, yes, except there's no cabin anymore.
I also don't know what Mean Girls are. Is?
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a film.
If I may, counterpoint, says the voice in your head. The alternative is that they are realizing the fact that I'm telling you the truth and are trying to silence me and get rid of me so that they can do whatever the hell they're planning on doing. Let's be fair, I've not tried to feed you any blood recently.
Now, see, the thing is, we have no idea what you're saying right now because I'm not allowed in your head anymore. But could you tell us what they're saying?
he he has done a counter argument that, much like you're trying to argue that he's the bad guy, he's arguing that you're the bad guy because he's telling me the truth.
Alyssa, how did Arlo get in your head?
That's a long story.
What's the very quick version of it?
A prophecy.
Okay.
You drank me like I was a Capri Sun.
I didn't drink you like you were a Capri Sun. I bit you, and that was that. You decided to invade me.
That is true.
Was it? Were you fighting? Were you being physical? Were you dancing? How did this happen?
It was a fight.
So the person you fought to the diablerie with is in you, and you trust them over people who would never fight you and want the best for you.
That want the best for you. Not what you want. They want the best for you. I don't give a crap what you do. And you know that.
Yeah, I do. And I've already had people in my life who've just wanted the best for me.
Listen, have I ever done anything to harm you before?
Yes, you and me.
I mean, I didn't hear that, so.
Echoing your actual past self who was in my head. Yes, you did, technically.
Technically, but that was more him than me.
Cop out.
I mean, you weren't being... You weren't
Let's ask
really
Nick, shall we?
frenzied when...
Yeah, I used to be a dick ages and ages ago.
What, about 5 years ago? I've had 4 years and I'm better.
I think there's some very important words to be said at this point. Written by a famous crab. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Don't be shy, just kiss the girl.
Why is a crab telling someone to kiss a girl?
Because it's Little Mermaid. Do you guys never watch anything?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't exactly get to have a childhood, so no.
Oh, I didn't watch as a child. I didn't get to go out much when society was around.
And honestly, I don't think just kissing is going to sort any of this out.
But it did in the Disney films.
Again,
Yeah,
I
this isn't
don't
a
know
Disney
what those
film.
are.
Could be a Disney film.
Again, I don't know what a Disney film is. Stop referencing things that we don't understand.
You don't even know what Mickey Mouse is?
Who is Mickey Mouse?
Oh, Alyssa, you poor thing.
Alyssa, you suddenly get in your brain the entire of the history of Mickey Mouse, because that is almost certainly hipster knowledge.
Are we saying that Arlo knew who Mickey Mouse is?
I'm
Yeah.
saying Arlo definitely knew who Mickey Mouse was. He was a Soho bartender.
That's true. Great. Like a movie in my mind.
Yeah. You learn so you begin by learning about Steamboat Willie, which was the first appearance of Mickey Mouse in the Disney films. But he wasn't Mickey Mouse at that point.
Which is exactly why Arlo knows this, because it's the perfect amount of hipster bartender knowledge.
Okay. Guys are just...
What is this? What is this you're showing me? What the? Why is that mouse driving a boat?
I don't know. Why is the mouse driving the boat?
I don't know.
Well, originally, he was called Steamboat Willie, and he drove a boat around.
How do you know this? I mean, I know about the main stuff. I don't know anything about Steamboat Willies. That sounds like a bad film, like the film that teenagers watch in their bedrooms alone.
Oh no, I got the Steamboat Willies. Yeah, that I understand, but
No.
at the same time, I mean, Mickey Mouse isn't really relevant here, but
We're talking about like lovely Disneyness, which you guys should have.
I don't like it. Please take it away. Please stop showing me this, Arlo. This is disturbing.
a Disney.
I'm just
film.
offering some context.
No, I don't want to know anymore. This is weird.
I don't want to.
Fine.
And
I don't. I don't want to be Pluto because you're obviously
Listen.
Minnie and you're Mickey.
Ask me. Stop before Fantasia, all right?
Fantasia's the best part. Bite me.
I would, but then you crawl into my head.
He's shouting something about Fantasia. Oh, I don't.
The first one or the second one?
We see images of dancing hippos in tutus.
Oh my god. Am I on acid? Is this what being on acid is?
I think Fantasia was them on acid, but I did like Mickey in the wizard outfit. That was quite cute.
Oh, this is... Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
No, I mean...
Do. Oh, sorry. What?
Oh,
What are
no.
you two doing? What is going on? Why is this in stereo?
It's because it's the when he creates all the the bits with the brooms that carry the water, and he does too much magic, like too much magic. So, in fact, we should make every Tremere watch that bit.
Alyssa, roll me a willpower check, because this is probably too much by now.
I've lost it. Please tell me I've actually just lost it. Why have I not lost it?
Because you just got 4 successes.
Why have I not lost it? Why can I never get that when I actually need it, but when I actually want to be losing it?
Tough call.
This is not helpful or useful.
In my defense, I didn't start this.
How about we stop telling you what we think you need and what you should do, and why don't you tell us what you think you need us to do? Because here, guess what, Blue Eyes? This tall, hunky, sewer surfing looker hipster dude. I think they love you deep.
What the hell is that one quoting?
I don't know. Also, my eyes aren't blue.
What are you going on about?
Well, I was trying to be like cool and hipster, like we were talking about, but I wasn't very good at it.
No, I can't imagine you would be. Sorry, that came out mean.
It's okay. I'll just stand over here.
In the sewer.
Yeah, I'll wait for you to finish.
Feel free to answer them any way you like, Alyssa, says the voice in your head. But just remember, who's the person who's actually done the vast amount of killing here? Yes, it's me, but I'm not the one who is the physical manifestation.
I don't know anymore. I'm so confused.
But if you need some time to think.
Then he'll chase you.
No, I was going to say we could both go to the next town separately.
Okay.
Or...
How can you hear me? God damn it! What? When did I start going stereo?
Sorry, yeah.
Spider City, don't go in on your own. I'm not listening. Just remember Spider City. Cough.
Sorry, to continue my statement, we could just go to the next town separately.
Not the spider one.
No, not to the spider one.
I just really wanted to just have a nice, quiet, hassle-free life. That's all I want.
Okay.
Hello!
What?
I've got it.
What?
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 It all suddenly makes sense.
What?
What?
I've spent so long researching Constantinople and the Trinity and the better way for all our kind. The three of them, the three of us, we could be like the new Trinity and make a utopia for all kinds and give them enlightenment and education and yes.
Listen, I'm well past trying to make a utopia for all kinds. Did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, that's the whole point of the Trinity. We have immortality, so to make a better world for everyone.
Do you
Yeah, if
know,
we do.
that's actually not a bad call.
We have to go to Constantinople, though.
Why would you be content with just having a hassle-free life on your own if we could all have a hassle-free life?
Yes.
Weirdly, you know, way back when I first started changing and I actually struck my deal with Lion, one of the things I actually said that I wanted to do was to change the world by bringing down the barriers between all the races and stuff like that. And then things got weird.
But if that's the case, then one of us has to be them. One of them. So, okay.
Well, I mean, why can't we do that? Why can't we start moving towards something instead of just towards each other all the time?
So,
Or
maybe
away
I'm-
from each other?
maybe I'm Michael, or you're Draken, but you can't be Antonius. But no, that doesn't make sense. No, okay.
You hear the voice pipe up your head. Listen, what is Beautiful Mind talking about here?
I have no idea.
Also, for reference, how much of this are you actually buying?
Wait, was that a GM question or an
No,
Arlo question?
no. Tell us otherwise. This is Arlo.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, how much of this am I buying?
Guy has just been in your head and all of a sudden has started quoting out one of the things that you said was your actual desires and thoughts. So how much of this are you actually buying? Because that's just come out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, you've got a point, and I'm going to slowly start backing away.
AJ, I would like to use my third dot in the Trinity.
Ooh!
Yes, I've just read it. I think it's maybe useful here.
Would you read it out loud for me, please?
Certainly. For a millennium, the Trinity practiced Michael's dream, a vision of a vampire utopia. Michael encouraged all vampires in Constantinople to learn and seek enlightenment, to grow distant from the beast, and become something beyond mere predators. You are a modern expert of the dream, recognized as a speaker of the dream in your city. Well, we don't really have a city right now. You can add one dice to any insight pool when testing to gauge another's beast. You inspire and calm souls. Once per story, you can spend a willpower to allow another vampire to reroll up to 3 dice from resisting frenzy. Maybe I'm just thinking to calm someone down and what the context is in this conversation.
All right.
I'm a beast, yeah. There is a beast in there.
And she does need a bit of a calm.
How receptive is Alyssa to this? If Arlo wasn't in her head.
I mean,
I think the actual question should probably be, on a scale of trust, counting Joseph, Malachi, and Arlo, who gets position 1, who gets position 2, who gets position 3?
Joseph gets position 3.
That's
Right.
obvious.
Because obviously I don't know him that well. Surprisingly, Arlo gets position 1.
Oh,
That's bad.
Because
That is
that's who she's had for 4 years. The only person.
You can make the attempt if you want, Joseph, but what is the roll again? Sorry.
You basically spend a willpower point to allow them to roll up to 3 dice, but I'm just trying to think in this context, it might be something different. Maybe charisma academics, because obviously he's speaking of his knowledge and trying to impose a dream. Not impose, but trying to convince of a better way.
It's imposing a dream.
Yeah.
It's manipulation. And
Okay. I feel bad about being manipulation. I'm a nice vampire. Only 2
Two
successes.
successes. Would you roll me a willpower check, please, Alyssa?
1.
Now, it is your choice from here, Joseph, what you say to impart. And Alyssa, for this, you can ignore Arlo.
Right. So it's simple, Alyssa, when we look down to it. Once upon a time, before we were even born, before what was inside you was probably even born, there was three: Michael, the dragon, and Antonius in Constantinople that created the Trinity, and they wanted to create a better world, a utopia, because vampires we're eternal. We can pass the knowledge on and create a better place. And I've always wanted to do that in this modern age, especially now that the world's gone to unfortunate rubbish. And they just struck me. There's three of us. Maybe this is destiny. Maybe this is fate. Maybe with yours two's love and my need to make this a reality, we can create something beautiful in this. I don't want to say the word Eden because that's a bit biblical, but yes, we can create a new, better place for everyone. And maybe we will have purpose, and maybe the whispers in your head will be drowned out by the acts of good we do.
You can, if you choose, buy into this without anyone else saying anything. But there's a lot of this that is very much because it is a player to player, and you're not a vampire. It's down to your call. So take everything you think you're currently thinking, and roll with it.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Someone's trying to use me again. That's what's going through my head. I don't need Arlo to tell me that. All I can hear is somebody wants to use you to get something they want.
Then please do your reaction as necessary.
I would like to activate my anima banner.
Okay.
And with the rage of the moon, with the rage of Luna, I would almost like to go what one would class as almost Super Saiyan.
Oh my.
Oh, don't do this again. Because I'm going to have to do it.
And whilst I am, air quotes, Super Saiyan,
Right.
I will shout. I'm not going to shout, but I will say the following as a shout. No. Nobody is using me again. I will not be used for someone else's betterment. I am sick and tired of being someone's tool so that they can have what they want. It is not happening. Not again. Not now.
Listen. Yeah. Get it. Joseph.
1 second. I'm just sending a message.
Okay.
Yes.
Where am I?
What?
Why are we not back in the bunker?
You are currently looking upon the face of Alyssa staring at you with a burning totemic image of primal fury reflected behind her. She is glowing a silvery, rage-filled, spiraling colour. Her teeth have elongated, her claws are out, and she looks about ready to kill you there, Mary.
Loud scream, hide behind Malachi.
Alyssa, I don't think he doesn't even have the mental wherewithal to try and use you like you're. Oh,
You
dear.
say that, Arlo. You say that, Malachi. I'm so used to just being like, fuck you, Arlo. You say that.
You actually hear Arlo back in your head go, whoa, 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 hold on.
I didn't say that. Redacted.
Redacted.
Redacted. You say
When
that.
did you join Spectre?
You say that, Malachi, but I know when somebody is trying to use me. I know what it's like when somebody is in my head, in my thoughts, trying to get me to do their bidding.
Yeah, you seem to conveniently believe that person.
If you're talking about Arlo, he happens to
He
be the only one who
literally-
is telling me the truth.
He's literally in your head trying to get you to do his bidding.
No, he is not. In 4 years, he's had me do nothing. He's let me live my life.
Right.
He has done nothing. He could have.
I mean, if we're being technically fair there, says Arlo, I did do a lot of bad stuff. Not over the last 4 years, but I have done a lot of bad things. Not to really just throw a cat with the pigeons there, but, you know, let's be fair. But at the same time, I was also him for most of it.
I've had a quiet and peaceful life for 4 years. And then this one, and I point behind Malachi, comes into my life and starts delving into my head, starts telling me that Arlo is wrong, that he's a
Who's that?
bad person.
Who's Arlo? And I didn't say any of that. Sorry.
Do you see what I mean about the... There's no way that that's what was being intended.
Oh, it was.
Well then... Joseph, Mary...
Yes. Mary, that's that we've met. You helped me.
Yeah, I did.
You still haven't told me your name.
No, and I'm afraid that at this point I'm probably not going to. I think you might need to leave.
Oh. Okay. Where should I go?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll just go. Sorry. And start walking away.
I feel really rotten, but... Eee. Listen, I'm not trying to get you to do anything. Right, you do exactly what you want. If you don't like Joseph, Mary, who poking around, then well, they're gone. And what else am I supposed to do? Should I be gone as well?
I don't know.
Hmm?
I honestly, I don't know. I feel that if you stick around, it's just gonna end up like before, and things are gonna repeat themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, they might do. But
Impressive.
So that was really bad timing.
You say bad, I say amazing.
God damn
they
it.
might repeat themselves, but then I don't feel like there's... What am I doing? What have I got here if I haven't got you?
I don't know. And I know I keep saying that, but you could go off and have a life.
Yeah. We'd go off and we'd have a life and it wouldn't.
I want you in my life, I do, but I guess I'm just too scared to have it. I used to think that, nothing could really harm us, but that's been proven very much wrong.
Yeah.
We
Things
don't
have.
we don't
you
get to
want-
have nice things, Kai.
No. But listen, do you honestly think that it's us coming into your life that caused what's happened? Do you not think that would have happened anyway?
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like you're putting too much. You're putting too much belief into the fact that it's because I'm here.
I mean, it is a little bit coincidental.
A little bit, yeah. But what would you have? Let me ask you a question. If we hadn't have come here and this had all happened anyway, what would you have done?
Led to the next safe place, I guess.
Can we do that together?
I guess.
And does that put you in any additional danger?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I don't feel like it actually does. I'm sorry, but you're making a cycle, and because you think it's going to end up this way, you make it happen again.
There's a moment where you start to hear the water stop running. You look down and you see that nothing is moving around. The pair of you start looking left and right. And then you hear a small set of hands clapping together slowly. Criminy. Really? Really?
What?
It's Arlo's voice. Both of you can hear it.
What? What's happening?
Stepping out from the shadows is a very familiar figure. In full abyssal exalted regalia. He raises a hand up, just places one finger to his lips, and then turns and looks directly at Malachi. You are a tit. You know that?
I'm a tit.
A tit.
Okay, explain your viewpoint on this one then.
Take for assumption I am a bad person. I know, it's a stretch.
Yeah,
He starts slowly walking towards you. You have never seen him manifest before in the 4 years, Alyssa. He starts walking towards around you, Malachi. Take for a second that I am the big bad here. The worst thing in the world, end of the apocalypse, yada, yada, yada. Let's have a moment to think about how you are currently approaching this conversation. Because you make me look like Mother Goddamn Teresa.
I make you look like Mother Teresa.
You have just walked back into somebody's life, jumped into bed with them, and now telling them that because you have walked halfway across the world to find them, they should do things a very specific way.
No. I'm not trying to say that that's because I've done that.
He raises a finger and just looks back at you, Alyssa.
In fact, I've done exactly the opposite of that. I've said do things the way that you would have done them if I wasn't even here.
I literally heard you use the phrase, I'm not saying I've walked across the entire world looking for you. And you turns back and points at Alyssa. I get it. 4 years alone with me, it's hard to replace. But I'm not real. I'm what's left in your goddamn head.
Yeah, I know you're not real and that you're in my...
So why are you turning around and throwing everyone out? I was fine until I saw whatever just happened to that Malkavian and points down the sewer path to a completely frozen, unmoving Joseph. So that Malkavian had a breakdown and walked away because you two sent her away. Him, them, whatever it is.
Oh, you literally told me hours ago that one of them was going to end up betraying me.
Yes, I did. I'm the bad guy. I am the negative impression of all of your thoughts. I told you it because you thought it.
Yeah, but it's still true.
Yes, but knowing it doesn't necessarily mean that you can then just ditch it.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Just be ready for it.
Have you not learned anything? I'm not ready for anything, ever. Period. Look where that has got me in life.
It looks between the pair of you. You know, the last time I beat both your heads together, you both went unconscious and one of you died. Please. Don't make me do it twice.
Do you see where I'm coming from now? That's, yeah, fully admitted.
Don't you start, you were me.
I'm
literally
walking away. I'm walking away. Just
you see it pull.
No, I'm not you.
No.
You see
I've told you every
no,
time
no,
I've seen you.
No.
You see him reach into his pocket and pull out an invitation stained in your blood.
Ah, yeah, that one.
No.
Alyssa, you literally can't run away.
No, yes I can.
No, you can't.
I can.
I'm currently in your head. I'm manifesting out of your head.
Nope.
I will follow you.
Nope.
It's impossible to get away.
Nope.
Dangles the invitation in front of Malachi. Is this not familiar?
Yeah, that happened while you were in my head.
No. This happened because of you. At no point did your beast tell you to do this.
Actually, I had a messy critical and that happened, if I remember correctly.
Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Because the first one is, this is the invitation. See this? He then pulls out the apology letter. This one wasn't.
No.
Why are you bringing this up? What is this accomplishing?
I'm trying to point out to both you and your boyfriend. Just gives you this weird kind of look for a moment, Malachi. That shit happens. And both of you are far too goddamn millennial to deal with it, it seems.
Correct. Let's leave it at that. I don't like this shit happening. I'm sick of it, okay?
So what are you going to do? Run away?
Yes.
Away from everybody.
I will keep running as long as it takes me.
And when the thing eventually catches you and kills you entirely on your own, for whatever it is, because I'm with Golden Boy here, and he gestures over his shoulder, those things were always coming. It was always going to be a situation where you would have to face up to something. That is the point of prophecy.
What? I don't understand. What is this prophecy anyway?
You see him pull out this weird, from wherever his spectral pockets seem to be coming from, a book bound in black with a familiar skull on the front of it. Ring any bells?
That's the Book of Nod.
Well, no, this is a visual manifestation of the Book of Nod.
But it's still the Book of Nod, Arlo.
Yes, it is. But, I had to be picky. Looks over his shoulder, winks at Malachi, looks back.
You don't have to be picky.
What?
You never had to be picky.
What does the Book of Nod have to do with a prophecy that has apparently something to do with us?
What has a book of prophecies got to do with a prophecy?
I really don't understand what's going on.
Well, I'd have said, you should read more. But here's a question for you. Turns back to look at Malachi. You read it?
I heard some of it.
What did you hear?
There was a prophecy about the Dark Father.
Uh-huh.
And apparently I was the Dark Father.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Waves ever so slightly. What was the rest of it?
Something about the... I can't... I honestly, my mind's going completely blank.
Then maybe you should go and try find another copy to read it then.
I guess. Where are we going to find one of those?
Listen, I'm a freestanding manifestation of somebody else's psyche. Right this second, I'm not exactly the person with the map.
I don't think any of us have a map.
Well, then maybe that should be the first quest.
Well, thank you very much for being a quest giver.
Somebody had to be. Turns back to look at Alyssa. Listen. Yes, people are going to betray the crap out of you. Yes, there are situations which seem particularly dodgy. Yes, you can get through them. And I want you all to understand here that you have made me a dead manifestation of evil, the person who's making sense.
I like to think I was making some sense.
He turns back to look. You were making some sense, except for the fact you were massively obsessed more with the fact of just, staying with one person. Love's great and all. The world's ended.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Thank you. Been waiting for that for 4 years. So, can I go back and get nestled back in my little space I've made in this? And he kind of ruffles Alyssa's hair.
Yeah, that's fine. You enjoy your moment that you were waiting for 4 years, and let me enjoy mine.
Cool, but does someone want to stop the escaping Malkavian? Because I feel that one's important. He then disappears. All of a sudden, the water starts running again, and Mary starts once again slowly walking away.
Wait. Mary?
Yes?
Come back.
Are you sure? I don't want to impose.
No, there's only one thing imposing, and it's a manifestation of the psyche.
I don't understand.
You hear in the back of your head, Alyssa, I'm still getting blamed! What's this about?
Look. Look, just come back. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Goddamn Solar Exalted's not living up to taking the responsibility. Resin.
Look, come back here.
Okay.
I know you don't know where you are. You're in the sewer. You're not ever gonna. You weren't gonna find your way out of here. Not in any way that's gonna be good for you. Just.
You told me to leave. I didn't want to impose, so I just thought I'd leave.
Well, at the time, I was thinking more about me than I was about everyone else, and I'm sorry,
No, it's okay.
both of you.
You're a vampire. I'm just a ghoul. It's okay.
Look, I'm not a vampire.
You're not?
No,
Oh.
neither of us are vampires. And you, you did something. Look, the reason I told you to go away is because you did something to Alyssa that you shouldn't have done.
I was trying to help and make her strong again and better, like you do with your masters normally.
Okay, but we're not vampires.
What are you then?
That we don't even know properly.
Ah.
But we used to be vampires.
Oh, okay.
We're not vampires anymore. It's a
Okay.
really long story, and I'm sure we can tell you some of it on the way.
On the way to where?
Alyssa, where were we going?
You can see Alyssa's just stood there, pretty much almost dead behind the eyes. Just looks like she's had a bit of a break.
A break.
Yeah, there seems to be this sort of snapping sound.
Oh.
Is she okay?
Are you okay?
No.
Upon hearing that, I'm going to walk up to her and give her a hug.
I hate my life.
I know everything's gone weird. Never turns out how we want it to.
Why am I a prophecy?
Why are either of us a prophecy? It's insane. All of this has been insane from the start.
You hear a whispering in the back of your head one more time, Alyssa. Forget that. Why didn't he tell you about it?
I don't want to ask. I don't care anymore.
And I squeeze her a bit tighter. We can't just hang around in a sewer.
I miss Eaton Hall.
Me too. It was nice. We had a big garden and a chef. And it was nice. And now we're standing in a sewer.
I mean, the sewer part doesn't bother me. I was literally a Nosferatu for a long time. It doesn't bother me.
I was a Toreador, so the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, you were a Ponzi prince.
You hear singing in the back of your head. She was a Nos, he was a Ponce. Can I make it any more obvious?
Where do you keep getting these songs from, Arlo? I don't understand.
Try tending bar.
You apparently knew a lot of songs when you were a bartender.
Yes, I know a lot of songs.
Yeah.
I was a Toreador.
Yeah. Singing.
Hmm? He's singing.
Singing.
Tell him to shut up. That's what everyone used to tell me.
I would, but he's not gonna.
Now you're getting it.
Okay, well, if he wants to sing, I guess try to blank it out. What's he singing?
I don't know. I don't know songs. Did it come on a vinyl? No. Then I don't know it.
I don't know what he's singing, so I don't know if you
There's
know it.
something. I feel like he's changed the lyrics, but something about. She was a Nos, he was a Ponce. Can I make it any more obvious?
Oh, I used to love Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne, yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Why are you singing? Why are you singing early naughty skater punk? in Alyssa's brain.
Let's not be rude, but everyone can like their own music.
Yeah, but I didn't like that, so I doubt that he did.
Why? I'm not going to ask. Can we get her out of the sewer, please? It smells down here.
Yeah, it does smell down here, and it's really dark, and we should keep moving.
God damn it.
Alyssa, if you want, we'll get you to a place, and you can build a stay there. I'm not going to stop you.
Let's just
You-
go.
Try and leave the sewer. Hello?
He's typing.
Apologies. So you start out towards the entrance of the sewer, and that is actually where I'm going to leave it for tonight, as it seems to be the most logical thing with 5 minutes to go.